I wonder if the headshot even counts. Hopefully it should, because loading into the casino, I think, counts. I'll take 5. Not what we usually go for, but... Right, here we are. Inventory to go through. Oh. There's nothing maxed on there, is there? So, in the bin. $6,500. It's not too bad. Attack speed is max. Critical strike chance against injured enemies. Unfortunate. Total armor is maxed. Life regen, looking at too many negatives. Oh man. That basic skill damage. Although that dexterity wouldn't turn into the same dexterity. Core skill damage would be higher, but... Need to very quickly check something. Yeah, so this, I figured this was easier to type it out. So the original like glitch or issue was that only the 3 most recent ships that had been taken out were then showing, but they've like mitigated the damage on that, and I believe it's now the recent players' ships are the ones that are showing or being able to be seen. So mine probably wasn't visible for you, but I'm gonna quickly log on right now. Just gotta check something, ladies and gents. Notice how that didn't have the Sea of Thieves Season 11 screen on it? Yeah, so even for my guild, it's doing the same thing. Yeah, so even for my guild. Excuse me. All right, here we go. Oh yes, this is the great town of Saragar. Doesn't have a chest next to. See. That's 6,550. Four. That's also high. That's a max roll, but not a max item power roll. That's almost. That's a very low roll. Medium. Very low. Extremely low. Why do they do this? Like, look at this shit. Nine two five, 14%. 922, 14%. Terrible condemnation. What are you doing here? Almost a max on that. You should be in there. I do have a max intercom. I thought I didn't. Trying to think if this sword would actually be better to run for Lilith than the dagger. Or just better in general. I think it would be. $21,662. We lose a bit because of losing our dexterity. Well, let's have a look at the stats. This is what we're looking for right here. This importance. 37.5, 697. 237. I should just take a picture. Be easier than trying to remember. All right. Range weapon damage. Same. Dual wield goes down, which doesn't matter. It's for daggers only, I believe. Dual wielded one-hand weapons. Weapon speed, same. Attack speed bonus, same. Critical strike chance, the same. Critical strike damage, increased by 37%. Overpower chance, the same. Overpowered damage, same. Vulnerable damage goes up by 27.9%. All damage the same. So we lose a little bit of base damage, but gain a lot of critical strike damage. But here's this. So with this one on, our multiplier is 21,662 times 697, right? 697.7 equals 15,113. 15,113. Then we equip this. Then we do is 15,784. So the increased critical strike damage overall means a better amount of damage. We hope. Let's put this in here. And, okay, so we can actually roll that critical strike damage. We can still roll this critical strike damage. Holy shit. Hey? Huh? We do still need new boots, but the chance of getting them that perfect is slim. So we can still roll this damage reduction from close enemies. I can't remember what could actually go on that. That all stats has to stay. We've already tried rolling this a few times. Damage reduction is what we're looking for. Only costs 2.5 mil. We're not too worried about this one because we have a one for Lilith. We're not too worried on that either because we have that for Lilith. Yeah, we've rolled this a few times as well. Gained another little bit. What's max on this one? 31.5. Oh. Two more rolls. Game saying you've already had one positive. You're not getting any more. %. We could be at 750. There's 6% there. And there's 6% there. Oh, 12%. It'd basically be 749.1. Buddle, welcome in. Me personally, not a big fan on Plus. to stats, intel, dex compared to other stuff. You can get like +3 to 4 to skill ranks. Damage reduction, armor, more damage, element damage, skill damage. Just my personal preference. So to me, from what I understand of the damage in this game, that dexterity for a rogue increases skill damage. So a high dexterity puts your base skill damage at a starting point, and then multipliers after that make that, in my opinion, having a high base damage, then having your multipliers go on, to me works out really well. Easy now, Fim, easy now. Fim, do you see this shit? Do you see what I'm fucking dealing with and rocking with here? 37.5% crit strike chance. We're not on any potions, obviously. Critical strike damage is now 737.1. Some of our arrows hit for over 1.5 million per arrow. But if you see how much it adds, it's very low per dex versus plus 15 to 25% damage with one roll. Oh, you're talking about like that. Okay, so that plus 47 dexterity there, right? Yeah, so it's not an option. When you find trousers, like, yeah, it's nice. I'm working with what I've found. I'm not trying to spend 6,000 hours trying to find the perfect pieces. So that came with the 23 all stats, the dexterity, the total armor. So I'm rolling for damage reduction, ideally. Or would be. And as you can see, there is no percentage to dexterity to be added. There is no percentage to be added. I believe those percentage ones are only on jewelry, right? Yeah, I think you only get the percentage added ones on jewelry. Yeah. Wait, where? I don't even see it on that. I don't think you can roll and affix to a percentage one, right? Oh, it's only on amulets? Oh, well, then it doesn't matter. Percentage for raw damage. So what is percentage raw damage for a rogue? Physical damage? Either which way, everybody's build is different and to their liking and such, and I'm quite happy. I'm brand new to Diablo 4, like less than a month ago. And this is my first main character. It's not followed anybody's build guide online, it's just been built how I've been gaining gear and how I've liked stuff. So right now, what you're seeing this loadout is for dungeons, and then chest, head, and the chest and head get changed, and then the gems on my weapons get changed to critical strike damage. Sometimes you have to take the best option you have, though. Exactly, and when it's costing 4 mil a roll, yeah. But I've seen a percentage dex, because I had it on something. It probably was on the last amulet I was wearing. But I've got a lot of ultimates. Well, people would say I've got a lot of, not ultimates, uniques in this build. Being that I've got 5. So you can't really do much at all. Stack high intel. High intel on what, a rogue? I mean, high intel or higher intel increases resist to all elements and critical strike chance. So I wouldn't turn down intel. Yes, I know rogue is dex for base damage. I'm talking about intelligence is then your critical strike chance. Because at the end of the day, if you can make a rogue with 100% critical strike chance, and then stack in crit strike damage, but it wouldn't be a viable build. Amulet on my softcore Sork cost me 29 mil for the last roll, made it on. For a rogue, you always want the most dex. Yeah, so that's what I've been trying. We've lost 17 dex, but gained. So here, Fim, your opinion. Where's the chest gone there? Here's the trade-off that I've just made. So this was my previous knife that I've then put that sword on. We've lost 17 dexterity, but gained 24 critical strike damage. And 4.5% core skill damage. What you have on is better. Yeah, that's why I got it on. And this one, that's why this one is in the stash. I always keep stuff in the stash so that I can revert to if it's broken or whatever. Ninja, good morning, sir. Logging into work, but wanted to say hello. Slay all the demons for me. Ninja, it's going down today, baby. Hey, GG's. We stood up and did it, eh? Against BSG. PvE coming. Yeah. For EOD, I'll be able to stream it again. I mean, not that I had ever played any version of Tarkov PvE anywhere else. Because it has the implicit. The what? Are you talking about the top stat? Oh, is that what that's called? I just call it the top stat. Yeah, I just call it the top stat. So yeah, that was the... So, and I was doing some testing. I only just put the max... That's my last roll of max intercom. I only just put that on there when we started up today. Because I had a max roll of expectant. So each time you use a basic skill... Your next core skill damage is increased by 10% up to 30%. And I was doing tests with that, changing it out with Condemnation, because Condemnation is almost the same. Core skills deal 34%, so I'm gaining 4% with Condemnation when spending 3 combo points. But I had a look, like, for when I'm doing dungeons, I don't stack combo points, really. I kind of just hold basic and core skill, and it does a 1-on-1, 1-on-1, 1-on-1. That's all I really need. And then when it goes to single target enemies, I go and stack combo points. But I still rather run Condemnation. I just need a better roll of it. Yeah, it'd be lovely to get a max roll. I mean, it's a max core skill roll. It's a high critical strike damage roll. Basic is skill attack speed is in the middle there. And the power on it is kind of high, but it could be higher. And obviously the item power. It's called, okay, so it's called an implicit. Gotcha. I'll do better. So we put that away because it's part of the previous. Do I even have the old amulet? Oh, I was running. Probably not. I can get tidied up. No. Call it top stat. Well, I'm still calling it the top stat then. Or the main stat. Because you can't change that one, can you? So. But that's the difference between a dagger and a sword. Where a dagger is always close enemies, isn't it? So. Like Condemnation. Is there Imagine if there was a sword version of Condemnation that still had the core skills power. Everything except from the main stat. Let's change that to critical strike damage. Yeah. Anyways. So, if you're building a close build, and dagger's great. Oh, yeah. If you're running like the twirling blades or flurry or whatever it is, isn't it? Daggers are brilliant. But yeah, so like I say, for Lilith, we change out chestplate, headpiece, and then we change out our gems to emeralds, or change out our skills to emeralds. That's the plan, anyways. Still looking for possibly better trousers or better boots, and so in my eyes, the improvements that can be made if we need to for a Lilith run is Grasp of Shadows, better trousers, better boots. Sky Hunter is, although it's not max dex, I mean, to me, look at the critical strike damage that I'm missing on that. Could I, a god roll would be lovely. Sky Hunter, that'd be game over, right? A 925 with everything maxed. Of course, that's everybody's dream. Grasp of Shadows, everything maxed. Banished Lord's Talisman's everything maxed. So I noticed as well, have you done Lilith yet? No. We're going to be doing it today, or attempting. So, the great thing here is, and it still works, but Banished Lord's Talisman and Ring of Starless Skies kind of work against each other. Ring of Starless Skies. Every time I shoot and spend my primary resource, I'm reducing the cost of my resource usage, therefore slowing down when Banished Lord's Talisman procs. But it works still, so what it does is it slows it down, but it fucking, when it actually claps off, it claps off. It's crazy. The thing with the Starless Skies, it like rounds off the build a lot with the resistance to all elements, double stack, the crit strike damage, the core skill damage. The lucky hit chance I couldn't be too fucked about, but it rounds it off nicely. It's a good build. I'll be uploading it possibly today or something. If Duriel... I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like I say, that's my dungeon build. And there's still improvements that could be made with higher gear and higher rolls. Like I say, if I were to get a max crit strike on the ring, max crit strike on the sword there, a better crit strike damage roll on that, and a better crit strike damage roll on that, I mean, that alone, we'd be looking at 800. No joke, 800 crit strike damage. There's 45 missing there. And then there was, what, 12 on these two. So it's 57 missing off max rolls. Almost 800. 794. Yo, I just started playing level 40 Barb, but I'm struggling with the boss fights. So, my teammate... Dealer runs Barb, and he's got a nice build. Starless Skies is really good this season. Last season it was a bit crappy overall because it only worked on core skills. Oh. Well, I mean, for me it only works on core skills. Spending your primary resource. The only thing that uses my primary resource is my core skills. Attack power on my Barb is 750. Your attack power is 750? Yours looks power? Oh baby, you don't even know. Have a look at this. Somebody was floating like a 28. I can't remember what Reddit. Come on, captures. What Reddit post it was. Somebody was floating a 28k. Rogue build. And this is actually the highest I've seen mine go is 54k. But I couldn't get the screenshot. It flickered up to 54k for a split second. And I couldn't get the screenshot. I saw it twice and couldn't get the screenshots for 54k. 50k was the highest screenshot I could get. D3 was easier for me. I haven't played to, like I say, I think I've played like half an hour of either D2 or D3 previously. D4 is like my first one to completion. The more you level and get better gear, you get higher power. Yeah, so 750, like attack power is not everything. Hey, girl, let me drag your ass in here. Get your butt in here.
Hello.
Hello. How we doing?
Good, yourself?
Missed the world boss, didn't you?
I did. Every time.
I tried to invite, I was loading on and it was such a quick time. So I was like, I sent the request for you to join so you could fast travel to me. And like it timed out, I was like, she must not be there or something.
Yeah, I was AFK. Every time I leave to go shower or something. Oh.
Noctum, appreciate the follow. Might have to redo my skills, but I need better gear. So yeah, I mean, a lot of Diablo 4, like, you know, you can have a certain sort of build at level 50 or whatnot, but you still got 50 levels to go to build the build. And yes, it might be a struggle, this and that, but your build only really starts at level 100. You can only really start building your build truly when you're at level 100. because that's when you need, you get the highest drops of things. So the biggest tip I'll say, Noctum, that we've figured out is, let me see if I can, let's do an example of 50 more levels for extra sauce, exactly. And then, of course, being a level 100 allows you to refund and respec and like that, whereas when you're 50, you still got 50 levels. That's a lot of Paragon points and different skills and all that, that you still need to wait to, grind and push through to get, whereas when you're trying to min-max and check your build and stuff, when you're already at level 100, it's just gold cost of respecing and trying stuff out. So slight difference from yesterday when we last spoke, Chicky. The sword that I was like, oh, this and that, and maybe with the condemnation, switching it out for like dungeons and having condemnation for Lilith.
Yeah.
The only reason for that is because I thought I didn't have another max stack of Inner Calm, which I did.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay,
that's been put on it, and it's now replaced the dagger that I had on, which of course dagger is damage to close enemies, the sword is critical strike damage. So I'm now, last night I said I'm 15.113 mil, I'm now 15.734.
Ooh, nice.
And closing in on 750% critical strike damage. Right, so the biggest tip that I can tell anybody, especially as soon as you get them, as soon as you get these right here, rares, there's your legendaries. There's your legendaries. Because, well, we were never told, and we kind of put together the other day that somebody came in asking about a dagger, a rare dagger. A, these are tradable. B, if you get drops of rares that are 925s and they have the stats on them that you want, all but one, maybe, and being a 925, they are max stats, or I'll have the max brackets of stats, and you just need to roll one of the things off of it. A, it doesn't cost Fiend Roses to roll the stats off of a rare, so that's a massive key part to that. B, then when you put your legendary power on it, turns it into the legendary. So, for instance, let me waste some of my materials to show you. But Noctum, this is going to be key for you in like building your build, if this wasn't already known. So you're going to enchant, and let's say it's these trousers. Wait, 870, yeah. Let's say it's these trousers. Let's say we don't want this damage reduction from poison enemies. It's kind of useless anyways. Look what it costs to enchant and change that. Doesn't cost Fiend Roses, right? Those, obviously those are still in Helltide, but they're a lot more common than Fiend Roses. So you enchant that. Boom. Let's choose strength. Can you not interrupt?
No, unfortunately.
Jesus, man of life. This is the guy, Noctum. You have to put up with this shit.
What am I doing?
I apologize, but he's the barb, so I'm just showing you the other tricks of the game. So we've rolled that. Now say that's our 4 stats, our 4 affixes that we're happy with, right? So now, wait, what am I doing? Imprinting, sorry. So now we bam. And because you can go around all the dungeons getting all the their base aspects. Now, keep this in mind for Season 4, because in Season 4, you're going to be able to level up your aspects and increase them. Every piece of gear that you break down that has a higher aspect roll than what you have will be added to the aspect codex. Yeah. So we want to just throw that on there. Boom. There's your legendary for. So you've saved. You haven't needed to have Fiend Roses to roll constantly that last stat that you want, and then you put an affix on there. It turns it into your legendary. So that over the last few days has changed how we look at a lot of loot. We just so used to either selling or leaving behind rares and stuff, and now we've been checking some rares whilst we're trying to min-max our build now, and there's a couple of pieces that we could do with 925s. We're just checking those rares. Because that could be, you know, that's an extra set of loot that could be, it's broken. It shouldn't be like that in the game, because you just seen what it just took to make a legendary, you know. So that's an extra loot pool to pull from. But especially for you, Noctum, working from your level 50, all rares, you know, even if you've got a legendary on, but then a rare drops with a higher item power, 3 of the stats you like, you roll that one last stat off before you put an aspect on it. Remember that. Always roll before you put an aspect on it. You're now going to have a higher legendary once you put an affix on it. The only thing that like holds you back is obviously you need to collect your legendaries that have the aspects you want to have on your build and keep them so that you can roll those onto it, or you need to go around the dungeons. The thing is, especially the aspects you cannot get from dungeons, so the drops only, you need to save all those as possible. Other thing is always salvage rares on the early game and not sell. 100%. So early on we were told that of if we didn't want legendary and rares, salvage those, sell blues and grays. But near like the selling of those blues and grays helps you out a little bit early on, like constantly selling those. But near the end game it's kind of trivial as to all the blues and grays that I sold early game may have added up to a couple of mil. And I'm at 273 mil now, so. But, so if you want to break them down for parts, but you'll also end up with thousands of parts as well. Because you get the same parts from rare and legendaries, because they cover the leather and all that parts when you break them down as grays and blues. Good morning, dealer. Or evening. How are you doing today?
Not too.
No one fucking cares. Oh yeah, you see how it is to be interrupted?
I'm just setting up my follow goals because some reason automatically made a goal for 1,000 bits instead of my 60 followers. I don't care about bit goals and shit like that.
But yeah, Noctum, it's. If somebody had told, like, I was always sort of the same way, and I was always looking, my attack power, 5,000, like, yeah, okay, I'm doing pretty good. And then when I got to 7, I was like, yes, here we go. Got to 9, I'm like, oh my god, I'm OP. And then, like, did a bit of Googling and stuff, and people were like, 15, 20, and then the highest one I saw was that 28k, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm miles off. And then to have this build that I've got now that sits at 21k and then procced at 54k, I'm fucking stupidly happy. But the biggest thing I would go back and tell myself is don't worry. Like, do your thing.
Be happy.
Collecting legendaries and the aspects and stuff along the way. It helped shape me in knowing and learning the stuff myself instead of looking up and why, you know, you just look up and follow somebody else's things. You learn a lot more, but don't worry until you're level 100. There is nothing really you can do wrong on your way to 100 with your build. Like, yes, it might not work properly, but you're not level 100, so it doesn't matter, you know?
I did
Oh,
notice
no, when I get
was
to
watching
10K?
a few
Dealer, what's your attack power at?
above 10k.
Above 10K. So, Dealer is our local... Hey,
Okay.
barbarian, he thinks like this because he smashes his head against the walls.
Mate, when we get those wave totems, I get a bit of a headache at the end of it.
Man's just smashing into everything. Back and forth. And it does bloody mine and Chicky's head in. Because it used to be that I used to run traps. It'd fucking smash people out of the traps. It'd smash people out of Chicky's sock abilities.
But it works. The only reason
Why?
why... The only thing I see with doing it with Chicky's ability is that they make them vulnerable and I do more damage to them, so it's more likely that I'll
Yeah,
kill
I
them
know your butt makes me
instantly
cry
with it.
on the inside.
Hey, it's called teamwork.
It's like teamwork, but the only
Makes them
advantage is you.
vulnerable, he says. Whereas every 0.9 seconds, I'm making every 11 enemies around us vulnerable.
Let's just say that any attack I do makes them vulnerable, so it doesn't matter what the fuck happens.
That's an attack. Any enemy, 11
Any
enemies
sort of
near
damage.
me, any 11 enemies near me are made vulnerable.
So we
Without
all make them
attacking.
vulnerable.
Yeah, I've got like 4 things that proc to possibly make things vulnerable. Just in case, to make sure that bitches are vulnerable.
Four of them.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Like my basic attack, the third one is a guaranteed vulnerability. The construct is another. There's something else on one of my skills or something. On one of the other imbuements or whatever. Or addition to rapid fire, some shit. How many hours you put in? Let's see how off this is. It says time played 8 days, so that's what, 172 hours. That seems like a lot, but that time can go up quickly because you're sitting waiting for a world boss. You're there 5 minutes early, and I'm sitting here doing fuck all. I'm not playing, am I? Yeah, 8 days, 13 hours. So 175 hours is on my save. How much of that is actual gameplay time? Less than 150. Not gonna lie, I looked up a build, but I still swapped it up from the build I looked up and feel I am making it work better and hitting higher numbers than them. Hey, let's go. Was that build made by Dealer by any chance?
There are like a few videos that I watched on YouTube that were like, I don't like, you know, they like making their own build. But if they get stuck and, you know, they need a bit of guidance, they'll look up a few examples of what they're going for, and then, you know, obviously that's going to work, and then they'll change a bit.
That's the thing. No matter like what you learn about the game, there is always someone out there that has either had access to like player test servers, player test realms and stuff that like show give them exact numbers and exact workings of how things multiply and add differently. So there's always, and they like make spreadsheets and they are like geniuses with that shit. So there's always someone out there that does have a little bit more information. You just got to be willing to look at it, read it, and try to understand it as well.
Yeah.
Had to wait for it to be free on Game Pass, so I'm behind. Hey, I'm a Game Pass player as well. That's nothing. I have 1900. Go ahead.
I was going to say I played it when it first came out, but I'm enjoying it more now.
Rage Gaming Videos is who I used. Can't say I know any names of anything Diablo that I've looked up. Can someone help me with Uber Lilith once? Possibly later on. We've been saving. So last Friday, we messed around and tried Uber Lilith, this and that. And that was before the build. Before my Paragon was the glyphs and stuff were fully done. Just to see what stage we were at. And the damage was there. And it was just learning the mechanics. But now I'm way stronger. So at some point today, we will be doing our Uber Lilith attempts as 3-person. To see what we can do. And then there, if we get that done, might be a solo attempt. But I think the main plan for today is possibly Duriel runs, maybe with some Helltide to just break things up a bit and not have us go insane with Duriel. And then some Uber Lilith or something like that. Tried 20 times and only damaged her for second phase. When you say second phase, you're meaning the second little triangle on our health bar, so half health of the first stage of the fight? Yeah. Oh, there you go. Fim can help you with Uber Lilith.
We should word it like her second sets of attacks in her first stage as attack phases. And then, you know, her second stage is after the change.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the runs I've done, as you guys have seen on stream, we've only been in that first stage of the fight and trying to learn, and there's definitely clear, and it's, you can Google this, and a lot of people are saying this, the fight is so broken. There's a couple of things that can happen. There can be lag that happens. The hitboxes of the spikes are wrong and are too wide. The way she puts down the spikes compared to where you two were standing are wrong. If you damage her too much, too fast, she will still do the same stage mechanics she's supposed to have skipped. If you damage her too fast, too much, and enter a certain small percentage, it does not matter what you do. You are instantly dead. Spike spawn on you, you are dead. There's nothing you can do. It's the fight glitches out. So the only,
There's
like,
lag and your gear not proccing.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things that can go wrong in Uber Lilith. So it is kind of a fight that, unless you have a massive, like, one-shot build that you've built up to, you have to just stick with doing hundreds of runs, possibly. Megtor, Duriel is way more easier than Lilith. Oh yeah, we know that. We have 0 wins against Lilith, whereas we have about 40 wins against Duriel, or more.
0 losses against Duriel.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go...
We're about to do some Duriel runs today. Okay. Second stage... Yeah, so we call first phase, or phases, we call the health bar phases, and then stage, is when she starts fucking blowing the ground up and shit.
I think Copy Bro followed while I was offline.
Who?
Copy Bro. COPPYBRO.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
I don't know if it's like someone in your server or like a past chatter that you had.
Not that I recognize.
Just random that they followed while I was offline.
Might not have even followed for Diablo stuff. Might have just followed for following. You never know.
Yeah. Never know. Thanks for the follow, Copy Bro.
What do we have here? Which one of y'all has what it takes to follow me? Show me what you're made of.
Actually,
so wow. I'll put it all the way in the end of your fucking title. Or now the second to the end of your title. Ladies and gents, if you are some of you guys are returning viewers, obviously. Dealer got his affiliate on Twitch, so golf clap.
Mine's not coming through the microphone.
Yeah, me neither.
So now you're on your fucking own. I ain't sharing your link.
Where as soon as I just put your name in my title.
I know. Anyways, yeah, so Dealer got affiliate. So congratulations, Dealer, on that. Well done.
Yay. Thank you.
That's what I was leading up to, the whole story. This is who we are. He hasn't chatted in the chat today, so I've got to fully fucking type it out. Jesus, oh my god. Get. Oh, it went to tag you right as so the entered your name. That's his channel there. He's currently just live, just started right now as we're gonna do our stuffs today.
Hell yeah. Super excited. Thank you, Noctum, for the follow. Welcome in.
The annoying thing about Lilith is that after you drop her health down to nearly nothing, she still has loads of stuff to do. Yep.
Follow me. Show me what you're made of.
Megtor and Toby. Appreciate the follows. Welcome in, everybody. The echo, my ears. Well,
Mute one of our
two
tabs.
channels. There's one to mute and one not to mute. I will say, if you're watching on PC, make sure you mute the tab and not the player. Because you can't hate the player, you gotta hate the game, okay?
Yes.
But if you mute the player, you'll then get discounted as a viewer. So if you mute the tab, make sure you switch back and forth every maybe half an hour or so that if you've got sleeping tabs on, you don't sleep. Chatting both. But yeah, don't mute the player because you get discounted as a viewer that way.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, at the end of the day, Twitch is the one making billions and us small streamers making fuck all. It's the little guy being the steps for the other people to walk all over us kind of situation. Yes. So the more people we can share and help out and lurk and chat in each other's channels and stuff, the more we take money from the big corporations that don't need it. Live with the echo to give some views. Well, you still count as a viewer, like I say, if you mute the tab. If you right click on your tabs, I think all browsers now have a mute tab option.
Mm-hmm. Or even if you just end up turning the volume down as low as you can on one of us.
Yeah. Turn it down to like
another way you want to do it.
1%. Anyways, so we're going to look at doing some Duriel runs today. Shall we get straight into that, or do we want to warm up with some Helltide or Nightmare Dungeons? Do you still need some glyph XP?
I did level up the glyphs that I needed, so that's all right. What's our numbers between the two? Which one's less, which one's higher? What do we have of each? The eggs and the shards.
Where the fuck's the nearest chest? I'm lost. Oh, right
here, bruv.
It's hidden in the symbols. We have... Hold on. Did I pick up any extras? Oh, I need to put some shit away.
Because I do have some living steel we can do if we want to do Mr. Sandman. Cheeky if you want to check your box as well.
I have like 50 Dory runs, so...
Oh, shit.
I have 74...
backup in case.
74 mucus slick eggs and 39 shards of agony.
Okay, so we can do some more shards.
It costs what, 1 and 1?
2 and 2.
So I've got 19 Dory runs. I'm double profiting.
Wow, didn't even give me the gold. Wow.
Nope, thought about it.
Let's see how it is.
Took advantage of the situation.
Okay.
Call me Twitch.
Call you Twitch. Okay, Mr. Twitch.
All right,
Yes,
so
now we can do some more Sandman runs.
can do 11 of them as well.
Mhm.
So we'll warm up with that, the 11 runs of that, and then we'll get into Durry. Yeah, does that sound good for everybody?
Yep. Sounds good to me. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to put Durry in my title, so I
Yeah,
decided not to.
that's why I put Duriel. Because everybody knows
Yes.
Duriel. Not everybody
Maybe
knows
I'll
your
change
You wrote
stupid
Duriel wrong in your
slang.
title, by the way.
Who, me?
Stupid slang.
No, dealer.
Wait, what did I do?
Spelled Duriel wrong.
What a noob! Cancel him.
I didn't hear what.
Cancel
I
him.
didn't hear what
Duriel is
happened.
Spelled wrong.
Duriel
You
is
wrote his
spelled
name
wrong.
wrong.
How do
He's
you
gonna-
spell
L,
it?
not L.
You spell it correctly. That's fucking how.
Well, I didn't know how it was spelled because I used to calling him Durry.
See what I mean about shortening languages, ladies and gents? It just makes the future generations dumber.
Hey, Australia always shortens stuff.
I didn't tell him to make him feel dumb. I just wanted him to fix
Oh.
it.
You told me so that I could make him feel dumb.
Like, hey, that's wrong. You should fix that.
That's how we roll.
I'll go cancel myself. It's fine.
Yep. Unsign the contract.
Unsign the contract. Sorry, Twitch, I quit. Probably shouldn't say that on stream.
Have you checked your bank thing? PayPal bank thing? Did that do today?
I will have to relook on my bank app. Ow. Okay, don't die while I'm doing it. Fuck off.
For a nice leisurely ride. Jelly beans today again?
I have not gotten any
I don't know
money.
about that.
Yeah, for every sub I get, Brett has to eat a jelly bean.
Nope. That is definitely not the deal. If I'm getting paid off of that sub that you get, yeah. Jody, how's it going?
Alright, I'm at the dungeon. Thank you, Ender, for the lurk. Appreciate it. Fuck, I've got like an ad alert, but I don't know. We should
Friday
probably-
was bloody crazy. You guys almost killed me. Them jelly beans.
I teleported to you and I'm not where you are. Good start.
Thank you, Fim, for the follow.
To me?
Yep.
Oh. I was just possibly entering the dungeon. That
It said you were where you are in the hole.
Oh.
I teleported no any of you.
rude. Lurking, listening while working. Appreciate that, Jody. Appreciate it. Yeah, a lot planned today, and today isn't a usual stream day. But I was kind of excited with our progress on Friday. And unfortunately, Sea of Thieves is probably going to take up the rest of the week because of the new season that's releasing tomorrow. If the game works and doesn't just fall through the game internet universe into a black hole of nothing because they did an update last week and it broke more things.
Chamber of Penitence.
Holy moly.
Yay.
Is my cooldown even going to be reset? Remember last time we were doing this and we were dropping golds? I'm dropping everything that's not above a 910 though.
Oops. Again? So I don't know if anything that I want can drop this guy. I'm pretty sure not.
I mean, for me, Grasp of Shadows can drop, but the chance of being near God Roll, 925 and near God Roll is slim.
Yeah. Which is expected.
Yeah. But saying that, the ones I'm wearing now came from him, so. And they're like 910s. So there's room for improvement there. It's just the extra bonuses.
Holy sh... Oh, that was fun.
Just got a Wind Force unique. 906 though. With low rolls.
That was a 24 mil in my head.
That's going in the bin. This is actually, like, if I wasn't dropping stuff from inventory, I think I could get back in before my ultimate cooldown was reset. So we're going in there, killing him, coming out, resetting, and getting back to him in less than 55 seconds. Have you tried No Rest for the Wicked yet? What's that?
Something
I can't tell
I've been resting on.
if that's something in the game or if it's a different game.
It does sound like a different game.
Is it a different game? I have not tried it yet. What's it about?
Resting.
But there's no rest for the wicked.
For the wicked.
It's a loot game like D4, action RPG, but kind of like Dark Souls.
I think I've heard of it, actually.
Let's have a look. Oh, let's do this first.
Yeah, let me give it a quick Google. No Rest for the Wicker?
No Rest for the Witcher.
No, Wicker.
R.I.P. The Witcher Netflix show.
Is it multiplayer? Steam.
It's not an Xbox game!
PS5, GeForce, Xbox Series X,
Get out of my
Series
face!
S, Microsoft Windows. Oh, that'll be something to consider. Did you just go back in, Brent?
Yeah, I looked live on stream. I pressed the reset. I looked to start Googling it. And obviously, somebody or the reset didn't go through.
Accept.
Has it got any plans to come to Xbox?
I think it was on Xbox, probably just not Game Pass.
Release to be announced. It's not on Xbox. I just said that.
What do we have here?
Okay, well, just reading it, it said Xbox Series S and X and stuff like that, and
Well,
jib jab nom nab.
to be announced is the release.
Okay.
MK, appreciate the follow. Welcome in. I only seen vids of it. Oh, I can't wait for Durry runs. The golds will actually be something to look at. I got another unique.
Yep.
Another Word of Hakan. 913.
Nice, nice.
Think it's on Xbox? It's not. The first site
It's
I
not.
go to is True Achievements, and they have achievements listed for games that are before they're released, kind of thing. And it is showing a to be declared on their site. True Achievements don't mess around. They are on top of shit. The art style looks very trying to remember the name of that painting style or painting period.
1796.
Shut up. 1796. I think
Yeah.
you were trying to say 1776.
Nope. I said 1796.
So 20 years after America's independence.
Yeah. Accidentally activated my ability too early.
A wiki says that, yeah, it may say that because they have plans on it, but there's no release date. I got another Wind Force 911. It's actually pretty high stuff. So they've got it in plans for releasing on Xbox Series S and X. But they don't have an announced date. Therefore, it's not on Xbox Series X and S yet.
And it looks like they do plan to have crossplay,
You
but possibly not straight away.
know what I'm still bloody waiting on? Bloody co-op multiplayer for Medieval Dynasty. 17 more days? Until what? No Rest
Next
for the
season.
Wicked? Next season?
That too.
Is it 17 days? We got 2 more days
I
left.
believe so.
16 days? 14th, or is it
It'll
15th?
show on the
or-
season page.
Oh, speaking of season, I got stuff to claim. I finished my season, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
All my rewards, but I saved claiming the rewards for you guys. Imagine that. I'm the type of guy that on Christmas morning, I got all these presents that I could open, but nobody's around. So I saved them all to open them in front of friends and family. What a nice guy. So you guys can live vicariously through me opening loot.
Holy moly.
Uh-oh, Grasp of
Liver's gonna
Shadows.
be fucked. Oh. Fuck, it's only 891.
850!
Mate, I got 813.
God damn it. They're really decent rolls as well. They're like in the high 80% rolls. Max roll on the power. Max roll on the power. In the bin.
Of course.
Sound like a puke you'd make when you eat wasabi, mate.
Just running around on D3 on 4 different consoles. Goddamn!
Bro's playing each console and each limb.
It's got a party of 4, one with one console on each character class.
Yeah, they defeated Lilith that way.
That's some talent. You got 4 controllers in your hand doing that.
I do remember a YouTuber that I watched used to play games like this with 2 setups. They used to play with their feet.
That's some training and a half.
That's dedication. Damn.
I am gonna love to see how quickly we do Duriel compared to last time as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's an interesting...
But yeah, so like what I was saying earlier, all these runs, you need to be checking all these legendaries for the legendary powers and saving ones that you use on your builds.
Yeah, I've got a few that I'm saving for going back to my other build. I'm actually getting some high rolls from these runs on
You crazy Polar Cat?
stuff.
Crazy? Crazy?
PC needs at least 2 hands if I'm...
Nah, not if you got one of them, what is it, Azerons? Do everything with one hand. It's got a joystick on there as well.
I don't know what Azeron is.
Well, maybe you should look it up one day. Maybe you'll actually be good at PC games then.
Azeron. Mate, that's a cream. Used for relieving itching and pain from insects and or jellyfish stings.
Look up Azeron keyboard then. It's not a keyboard, but...
Man's trying to tell me something.
Hey, all I'll say is, right, when you start to get in your mid-20s to late 20s, start buying hemorrhoid cream. You'll thank me later.
If you say so. I'm sure my dad's already got some for me.
Yeah. But just be prepared.
Oh my god.
And if you're in America, there's nothing like Preparation H.
I'm in Australia.
It's in the name, Preparation H. Prepared for hemorrhoids. Preparation H.
Oh. Okay.
27 already got barred hairline. I don't think hemorrhoid cream will help with that, but you can give it a go.
You can try.
I mean, I had bare hairline when I was 13. I don't know about you.
Oh,
Not playing
no.
the same time, you're on rotation. Oh, okay. Polar. You made us think you were godly there. One set of controls
Man's an octopus.
per appendage. Did have a bald spot, but thank God. Well, yeah, we didn't say Rogaine. You high as fuck? No worries. Yeah, we didn't say Rogaine. Hemorrhoid cream. Hemorrhoid cream. Brett, you're gross. Why do you talk about stuff like that on stream? Because we're fucking human beings.
Professionalism. Oh. Thanks.
And if we can't help each other prepare for things in life, I don't know what we're doing on the internet.
Making the dollary dues.
You're carrying too much. Gotta go on empty.
Okay.
Actually, every single yellow from this has been terrible. I heard cream
Yeah, I've been picking
and
up the yellows from
mid-20s,
this
so
way.
kind of assumed you was talking about hairlines. Military made me use
How
Prep
many-
H on my stomach and wrapped me in shrimp rack to try and burn weight. I don't think they're allowed to do
What?
things like that anymore.
Yeah.
And if they are still doing it, I think you could be owed a lot of money. Didn't hear the word before cream?
Whipped cream.
What'd you say, Chiggy?
I didn't say a damn thing.
Exactly.
What? Right there. Yeah, I'm minding my own business.
Nope, sorry. You are part of the team.
You ain't
No
being
doubt,
bullied
that
around
was
here. You're not
somewhere
from
else.
around here. 9569.
Standing real fine.
Get low.
Oh, like, look at those gloves. Phew. Low crit strike chance, but that would be the roll.
She'll do. Back to it then. You want to reset?
When I'm good and
So then I
ready.
can just get in there and then you can teleport to me.
Yeah, where's the Uber version of this fella?
I think this is the Uber version of him. Oh, they call it an Echo.
Oh, another Hakan.
You can take that gem if you want. Oh man. There should be a quicker way to reset these.
That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't even. It should just be that you can. The pedestal comes back up like, the Malthus things.
Like yeah.
They can do it there out in the open world. Why can't they do it in a dungeon?
Mm-hmm. And even if they do want to stick to it
Last
this
one.
way, at least make it so that as soon as you exit the dungeon and the boss is dead, it resets it automatically.
They're probably like, oh, what if somebody left something inside?
Too bad for them.
Grasp of Shadow? 922s? I haven't looked. I'm scared. Dexterity seems pretty good. It seems better. Attack speed is kind of high. Shadow clone damage is kind of fucking low. But it's max rank, so core skills. And it's 33%. It's almost I gotta go.
Fuck.
I think it's better. I think it's better.
Think
My
it's better?
shadow, the only my prediction is the shadow clone damage is the only thing that's not.
You said that one was the last one, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've ran completely the wrong way. I've ran to the fucking oculist, and I just need to go to the blacksmith. +6 armor, +6 dexterity, +1.2% attack speed, -20.2% shadow clone damage. That's kind of a lot, isn't it? Because I believe that is shadow clone damage as in my ultimate shadow clone as well, not just the one that procs on these gloves. That sucks. It's a chance that he'll proc more, 9% more. It's a higher item power, so that should help. 6 dexterity. Adds 0.6 skill damage and dodge chance. Or maybe 25.6. 0.1% dodge chance. That is a tough decision.
Mm.
The thing is, for fighting Lilith or in the moments that it counts, I think that 20% shadow clone damage is key. It's kind of a big hit. Why, game? Why? But I also don't know, like, the multiplier wise of having the extra 12 item power on it. I still think the 20% shadow clone damage is the biggest, is a big loss, unfortunately. If it had been 10% or less, might have been worth it, but. Gain 66 attack power. Don't think it's good enough, ladies and gents.
Nearly done on zombies.
Forge awaits your return.
Are we buying or selling?
And it'll be gone on the 14th? I'll be done with the game on the 14th. Or before then. Durry runs, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Those gloves are gonna seem meaningless when I get a max fucking roll from Durry, the little bastard.
These chips are pretty good. Chinese barbecue duck.
$50 eggs, 50 shards, 25 Durry runs.
I have more.
Oh,
Plus chickies.
Yeah.
girl. Don't tell dealer.
What?
He doesn't get that kind of offer.
Wow.
This is
saw
75
that.
Durry runs.
Hopefully we
Yeah.
get something.